pose. I'll do that later. But I'm so nervous. Like, why? But hold on. Okay. Hey, I can't, this isn't like Instagram where I can actually see people's names. So you're gonna have to comment and leave your name. Actually, I don't even know how to do the world. How can I comment? Can I comment? I don't even know how to do this. Yo, 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 DJ. You would. Hold on, like, there's gotta be a way. There's a way to where you can like pin comments, but I don't know how to pin comments. Can you pin this comment for me? I'm gonna text it to you. Well, you can't do it, can you? Maybe I can do it from my phone. Hold on. Hold on. It's 2:02. Give it some time. Give it some time. Let me see. I'm trying to pin a comment. Let me see. Yeah. I was gonna text you like what to say, and then I was gonna like try to like click your comment and see if I can like pin it to the top. Does that make sense? Like I was gonna have you type it and then I can click your comment and then pin it. But I can't find what I'm looking for. What the freak? Judah is downstairs. Boop boop. Judah's down here. Okay. All right. So, hey, you guys, thank you for joining. I appreciate you guys. Please drop in the comments your name and your location. I want to see where you guys are at, and also so that I know your names, because this isn't like, what is it? Instagram Live, where they actually show you the people's names. So I have no idea who you are. I'm trying to get a comment pinned, but I'm having a hard time. So, but I do appreciate you guys joining me. Today we are going to be talking about holding on to ourselves. So I just want to get a few moments, just a few more moments to like allow some people to get on, and then we can start. And I'm also trying to pin this comment. So yeah, like give me a second as I do that. I'm trying to get this right. I'm super, super nervous. So if you hear it in my voice, don't judge me. All right. Trying to get my comment pin. Let me do that. And then we can start. Thank you for the like. I appreciate that. Where is my other comment? Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna send you this comment. Hey, thank you. Hey, hey Grant. Hey Grant, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. All right, I'm gonna send this message to you, Quentin, and then I want you to comment it. Just copy and paste it so I can pin it. Okay. So just to go ahead and get started, because I don't want to hold you guys long. I want to start to do live sessions, and right now, what really motivated me is I'm doing this series. I came up with this series. Let me turn this music down a little bit. Came up with a series called Hold On to You. I realized that as moms as well as wives, we find ourselves, thank you. So I can pin this comment. Thanks. Okay, so I feel like, as you know, I know, and from my personal experience, I have often found myself like kind of like consumed with being a mom or consumed with being a wife, that I kind of like lose myself in that process. Like when I think about, like things, everything is just consuming of like what Quentin has going on or what the boys have going on. So I wanted to create my first like official live series. I wanted it to be about something that I know that we as women, we, struggle with, which is maintaining our own individual identity outside of marriage and outside of motherhood. And so that's what this is about. The Hold On to You series, just so that you have a general idea of like the topics that I plan to discuss in the future. I plan to cover hobbies today. So today we'll be discussing how maintaining a hobby can assist us in holding on to ourselves. But in the future, we will be discussing connection. I'll also be discussing, give me a second, me time and setting goals. And I was pausing so I can kind of slow myself down because I get nervous and I start talking like really, really fast. But so those are different topics that I plan to cover in the future, which will, all in all, still uphold that main topic of us holding on to our personal identities and ourselves. So to kind of start us off, like, what are your hobbies? I wanted this to be a place where we can all kind of like share and give insight, because I'm connected to a lot of women who, just have a lot of experience as well as knowledge about different things. And so I wanted this to kind of create like just a space where we can all kind of like learn from each other's experience, learn from each other as far as like, support each other and uplift each other and encourage each other, but also just kind of like learn from one another. So drop in the comments, what are some of your hobbies? What are some things that you do? And if you don't have any hobbies, then you would find yourself in the category that I found myself a few years ago, where you have to kind of rediscover what your personal interests are. A lot of my interests, like once I became married, like you end up getting like mutual friends with your spouse or your partner. And then like all of your social outings are you two together with y'all's mutual friends and things like that. And so that kind of not necessarily blurred the lines, but just always doing things together is not necessarily what we need to be doing. We need to find some personal interests, things that are outside of our children and outside of our partners, our husbands. We need to find something that is like to us, like true to us. And I had to go through this period of like rediscovery where I had to kind of like learn myself all over again. Like, what do I like to do? What do I enjoy doing? And it was actually kind of hard to kind of figure it out. And so again, this is an opportunity for you to kind of rediscover and open yourselves up to your personal interests and things that you would like to do. So share with us, what do you guys have? What are some things? Exercising and making skincare products. Okay, exercising, definitely, which is, I need to exercise. I don't exercise. Making skincare products. I think that that's cool. So like you just enjoy making skincare products. Just like, do you do it for sale or do you? Okay. Audible, okay. I enjoy making TikToks too. I'm not really an Audible girly. I do like to read. So I actually discovered when in 2020 during the pandemic, me and my coworkers, some friends, two friends of mine, we ended up like zooming each other all the time, and that's when I rediscovered the fact that we ended up deciding like, oh, we're gonna read a book and we're gonna make like a book club and we're gonna make this a thing, and that's when I rediscovered my love for reading. I forgot that as a child I enjoyed reading. And so like when they did that, it's like we all went around. I think we lasted as long as a cycle to where everyone could choose a book at least. Because it didn't last long after a while. But I actually continued doing it by myself. And I completely forgot that I enjoyed reading growing up. And so it's kind of, eye-opening. So this is an opportunity for us to kind of learn what we can. So you said sell it and I make it for myself. Okay, well that's cool. And I think like that's awesome because like you're able to do something for yourself and so it's like a personal thing. So you kind of keep it close to you. Hey, Latika, thank you for joining. Moms only. Yeah, no, Quentin. So I appreciate the support, but no. No. Yes, moms only. This is a safe space for moms, for wives, for women. But I do appreciate your support. I thank you for doing the comment for me so I could pin it because I had no idea how to pin the comment. But anyway, like I was saying, this is an opportunity for us to rediscover some things. Now, of course, as moms and wives, there are going to be challenges. Once you open yourselves up to rediscover some hobbies that you may be into. Yeah, Latika, I know you just came out, but if you could just drop some of your hobbies, some things that you are into, I would appreciate that. Thank you so much. I would appreciate that. Quentin, please. I know, but okay, now skedaddle. Okay, so anyway, but just to be brief, I just want to make sure that you guys understand that, this is a safe space where I'm gonna figure out on my own how to fix the comment thing where I won't need Quentin to do it for me. But this is a safe space for women, and I do want us to talk about things that, that will I forgot. I lost my train of thought. Quentin just threw me off completely. Hobbies. Hobbies help you maintain your identity outside of your husband's and in motherhood. And so what I found was a lot of my things that I like to do were connected to either Quentin or to my boys. Like I love to go see Cruz. I like to support Cruz and go to his games. But Cruz is not going to always be in games, which is why this is so important that you choose things that are personal interests. Because one day, if all of if all of my hobbies are centered around my kids, one day my children are going to grow up and they're going to leave. And so then it's like, oh, I don't have a game to go to. So what am I going to do in that time? So having a hobby and pursuing personal interests is a way for you as a mom to discover things that are interesting to you so that you'll have something when that empty nest season comes. You'll have something that you can hold on to, and it won't seem like everything like you're losing things, because we're going to feel like we're losing things. It's like a grieving process, that whole empty nester thing that I am not looking forward to. But anyway, you get what I'm saying. So you may be in a place of rediscovery. So some questions that you can ask yourself if you don't have a hobby is, what did you enjoy doing before you got into this relationship? What did you enjoy doing before you became a mom? In my case, I became a mom before I became a wife. So what did I enjoy doing before I had Cruz? What were things that I like to do? I like to watch movies. I was really I like Batman. What are my personal hobbies? I've always liked photography. I love to dance. I love music. So you have to go back and rediscover those things and, take some time to ask yourself those questions. Maybe you take this entire week to go through and discover what you are interested in. Exactly. Our parents wanted us to have kids because once we moved out and did our own thing, their life was kind of like there was a void. So they're like, go ahead and have kids so they can have something to do. Exactly. I enjoy watching Martin. I have every season of Martin. That's like my go-to for me and Cruz. Like we like to do that together. But I enjoy laughing. So I watch Martin. So there are other things that you could do. So these are some hobby ideas. Gardening, journaling. I journal all the time. I like to write. Dancing, cooking, baking. I know sometimes as a wife, as a mom, you are cooking because you have to cook, like you have people that you have to feed. And so, but what I have actually discovered is that sometimes I actually enjoy cooking, outside of the whole piece of like, I have to do it for survival. I actually enjoy just doing it, and I'm actually interested in trying like baking my first cake this year. Okay. So we're doing new things, which brings me to my next point, which is, what is something that you've always wanted to do that you were like, I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it like, maybe it's something that you're thinking about doing once you retire, or maybe it's a hobby or interest that you have that you're thinking about doing once you get like some type of money or this point in your life. Like, don't push those things off. Let's pursue those interests if they are reasonable and affordable. Let's pursue those interests now. Like, what can you do now? So I want to learn how to play the piano. So I'm thinking if I can find me a piano, somebody to teach me, that is something that's a new skill, a new hobby. I've never played piano. I did not, I don't have that background. I didn't grow up playing the piano, so it's not something I'm going back to like reading, but it's a new skill that I want to try. Like that's something that I really want to do. Like I've always wanted to learn how to play the piano. So that's something that I'm thinking about possibly doing this year. So what are some things that you guys are thinking, like some interest that you have, something that you're interested in that you think that could possibly become a hobby? That's what I'm looking for. Traveling more. Yes, I like that. I want to travel too. That's something that I want to do. I want to travel too. That's a good one. Travel to all 50 states, right? Because it's so diverse here in the United States. Like you got the mountains, you got the beaches, you have New York, you have California. Everything can be so different. The cultures are different. Like, I mean, that would be ideal for me. Shoot, I'm not even at 14 states, so I'm proud of you because I'm not even there yet. Oh, okay. So you're a piano player. Do you know how to teach people? Can you teach me how to play piano though? But yes, traveling more. I definitely want to travel more, which I can understand that like maybe traveling more would probably require a certain amount of money. So you may have to a degree, wait to a certain time. But definitely I want to travel more and do that. I want to do that. So, okay, so that would be nice. So, you don't teach. Okay, well, I'm back at square one. I'm gonna find somebody to teach me piano. So that is what I want you guys to discuss. I wanted to discuss with you guys that the Hold On to You series is just a way for us to get together and share our ideas and share different ways that we can hold on to ourselves. So today we really discussed how how maintaining a hobby, I lose my train of thought. How maintaining a hobby assists us in holding on to ourselves. When we have our own personal interests outside of our children that are not centered around our husbands, and we pursue those things, that they actually can increase our overall satisfaction with our lives, as well as our mental health. Okay. We just came off a mental health challenge, you guys, where on day 4, your task was to do a hobby, do something that you enjoy doing. And it needed to be it didn't necessarily have to be something that was for you, but it could have been something that is a personal interest of yours. So, but I said all of that to say, y'all need to get some hobbies about yourself. Y'all need to get some hobbies about yourself. Y'all need to find something that y'all can do in your personal time. Now, I already know that the challenge is going to present itself, that you're going to be like, okay, so like what time? Like, when am I going to have the time to do those things? We got to figure out a way this year to prioritize ourselves. That's why I'm so glad that I'm starting off with this Hold On to You series, because the next conversation I'm thinking is going to be us talking about me time and how it's important for us to prioritize us. You know, we're making sure that our husbands are straight, that things are lined up. We're making sure that our kids are straight, that they're making practices, our kids, it's a shame and a scandal that our children sometimes have more of a social life than we do. I can attest that Cruz has more of a social life than I do. Cruz gets invited to more parties than I do. Cruz sees his friends more than I see my friends. I mean, dude has a full schedule. Yes. But see, the thing is, you don't even but I'm like that too. Like if I get like a little dose, Latika, I'm going off of what you were saying, that you love your me time, but you don't need much of it. If I get like a daily dose of me time, I realize that that's enough to fill my cup. You know, so, you know, we're all different. Maybe, you know, one of us may need all of this, you know, you might need this much of a cup and I might need this much of a cup, but we may not need that much time. We can steal those moments, like first thing early in the morning before our kids awake. But find the time to squeeze yourself in so that you can do, you know, your hobbies, that you can pursue things that you're interested in. Maybe your hobby, well, I don't know. I guess that's really not a hobby if it's career related, but I'll change my mind about that. Because if it's career related, is it really a hobby? Like, I don't know. No, I don't think so. Yes, I'm definitely big on mental health. And thank you so much. Solo dates. I miss that. Yes. Yes. I have never been on a solo date. I have never taken myself out, like been by myself, like you know, go out to eat in public or do something out by myself type thing. I guess because I'm a social butterfly, so I like people, so I like to be around people. So I've never been the type to do anything by myself because that's just how it is. But a solo date would be a great opportunity, and like doing that, and maybe like every solo date you do something new. Even though that's not like a conventional hobby, I can see how that could work. Thank you. But yes, thank you. So I hope that, did you guys have anything else that you would like to add to the hobby conversation? Ways that we can use hobbies to maintain our motherhood. Maintain ourselves, not motherhood. I'm sorry. Maintain ourselves. But yes, people watch at the beach, at the mall. I like to actually people watch and like act like I'm saying what they saying, like talk for them. I like to talk for Judah too. So yes, that's what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid that I would be out in public and it would be very awkward, and then I would feel awkward. And so I don't really, that's probably why I've never done it. Exactly. And I think a lot of us do that already. I think we're just conditioned as moms. You know, society has conditioned us to where like we just naturally serve other people. And we just naturally want to take care and tend to everyone to make sure everyone is good. We just have that natural like host spirit. And I think sometimes we just forget that, you know, we're introducing our kids to different things and like, oh, you should do this. Like I've been trying to get Cruz to tap into like drama, like do something outside of athletics. Like, you know, your school is having a play, go out for a role in the play, but he wouldn't do it. But we try to get our kids to pursue what they want, and we're so supportive of that. We need to have that same support ourselves. So maybe when you find a hobby that you like me, let's say for instance, reading, you go online, if you're connected online, Facebook, there are Facebook groups that are committed to whatever your hobby can be. So then sometimes you need support, and you can get that support that way in your hobby. And you can actually like find friends, which is another topic that doesn't have anything to do with the Hold On to You series. But I have a topic that's coming up that's going to be talking about trying to find friends as adults, because that is a challenge for a mom. Like, yeah, that's hard. That's hard. I know that was a tangent, but I was just throwing that out there. That came to my mind and it was random, but I just had to let y'all know that we are going to be having a conversation about how adult friendships can be very difficult. That's a good idea, Grant, to find a survey to find out our interests. So this is good. I really like that idea. So what I would do is, since she gave me that idea, I think that's a great idea. Maybe I can find a survey online, and if I'll look and that'll actually help some of us who are trying to rediscover what our goal, like what we're interested in. See if I can find like an interest survey, and that can kind of give some type of direction as to what you can find or what you would be interested in doing. I think that's a great idea. So I'm gonna have to do that. Solo date, exactly. We all want to go on a solo date. We should all go. I guess that kind of defeats the purpose for us to all go on a solo date and then like FaceTime each other. Hey, Candace. Yes, we're talking about hobbies. Thank you so much for joining. I know that you're kind of late, but just to kind of recap what we have discussed, because we're coming to a close, but just to kind of recap what we did discuss today. Thank you. Microsoft Forms. That could, maybe there isn't an interest survey out there. Maybe I need to create one. No, y'all want me to act out what? I'm confused. It's like I got lost somewhere in the shuffle. I'm confused. I don't know what I'm supposed to be acting out. But anyway, what we want to make sure, just to kind of recap what we talked about maintaining our identity with hobbies, and that we discussed that there's a possibility that we may need to rediscover things that we were interested in before we got married and before we had children, because we need that separation. All of your interests shouldn't be connected to your husband. All of your interests shouldn't be connected to your children. So we need to find hobbies that are for us, and only us, so that we have something when our children leave. We discussed that. And then we also discussed that new skills, how there are new things that we may want to do, that we need to create a list. We can journal, create a list of things that we want to do, like other things that we want to pursue that could possibly become a hobby in the future. Like, I want to do piano. Some people discuss some different things that they want to do. Dear solo date. So I'm gonna go on a solo date and just like talk to like random people. Oh, but then people would think I'm crazy because I'm talking to myself. And I already talked to myself enough. I mean, I don't need that. People be like, what is wrong with her? Like, she's over there by herself, but she's having a full-blown conversation by herself. Like, no, we're not doing that. No. But yeah, so we just were discussing how, there are new skills, or there's some new things that we may be interested in pursuing, and we need to pursue that. Then we also discussed how once we do start engaging in this new activity, that we can use that opportunity to join other support groups, either online. Facebook is, king when it comes to having like these online communities of people who all are interested in the same thing. That is a great opportunity for you to get invested and get, connected to other people. And then having that connection, like a book club for me, like having that connection, that actually makes you, kind of forces you to participate. Like if you're in a book club, you kind of have to make the meetings. You kind of have to read the book. So then that kind of, I'm not trying to force you to do it, but it makes you, I guess, more aware, and it kind of encourages you to make the time to participate in the hobby, is what I'm trying to say. So making those connections are important. So again, I do want to thank you guys so much. Next week, we're going to be talking about the Hold On to You series is going to continue. Okay. We're still trying to find ways to maintain our own identity outside of marriage and motherhood. And next week, we're going to be talking about me time, prioritizing our self-care. So if you have any ideas about that, we appreciate that. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for commenting. I hope that you guys have a blessed week, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Say bye, y'all. Say bye. The girl said bye to y'all. Say bye back. Say it back. You guys are still here. You're welcome. Thank you for coming. Thank you so much. Bye.